possible that if Derek Chauvin is convicted, the testimony of those children could have an impact on his sentence?
First of all, would you tell us how old you are?
9.
At that time, Memorial Day of last year, how old were you then?
17.
One by one, children took the stand to testify about what they saw the night George Floyd died.
Tell us what happened after you saw the ambulance come.
Yes, the ambulance had to push him off of him.
Did you notice anything about what Mr. Chauvin was doing with his body?
Yes, at one point I saw him put more and more weight onto him.
Prosecutors filed a notice last year to seek an upward sentencing departure if Chauvin is convicted, meaning they'll ask for a longer sentence than allowed by law. The fact that the crime alleged happened in front of children is one of the reasons why a longer sentence may be sought.
The judge can depart downward, but he cannot depart upward unless a jury makes certain findings.
Former Hennepin County Public Defender Mary Moriarty says if Chauvin is convicted and the jury finds children were present, Judge Cahill could increase the prison sentence, but it's not a given.
Of course, if the judge gives an upward departure, that would be a ground for appeal. And the state wants to make sure they have a really good record establishing each basis for a departure.
The reason we're even discussing this is because Minnesota is one of those states that has sentencing guidelines, which means there's a range of sentences that can be given, while a lot of other states have fixed sentences for certain crimes, or at least minimums. Brian?
Thanks, Anjanette. Brian and Terry are here. Let me ask both of you, starting with you, Brian. The children's testimony is very authentic, isn't it?
Absolutely, Brian Ross. It's hard for any defense attorney to be able to cross-examine a minor or even someone that was a minor at the time. You can't really say their credibility is off. Maybe their ability to perceive things is off because they're young. But I think a really strong point is, at the end of the day, the prosecution is going to be able to say even a 9-year-old knew this was wrong. And that's something that I don't think Eric Nelson or Derek Chauvin can argue against.
And Terry, Eric Nelson did do much of a job in challenging their testimony, did he?
He did not. He didn't even cross-examine 2 of them, especially the 9-year-old. And I think he knew better. And plus the fact that most of the testimony that these minors gave were really corroborating information that they already knew. For instance, the fact that Chauvin's knee was on Floyd's neck, and the fact that he did not move his knee until the medics came to ask him to move away. So that information was already known. I think Eric Nelson took a calculated guess and thought it was better not to look as though he is in any way badgering these young women.
And Anjanette, bottom line, this means that the sentence for Derek Chauvin, if he's found guilty, could be enhanced.